Planet Earth, a unique blue gem in the vastness of space, teeming with life and natural wonders, a place of awe-inspiring beauty and power. From the lush green forests to the majestic mountain ranges, every corner of our planet tells a story of grandeur. We marvel at its wonders, from towering mountains to vast oceans. The serene landscapes and the rhythmic waves of the seas captivate our hearts and minds. But nature has a darker side, a side that can be as terrifying as it is powerful. Earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, these are forces of unimaginable destruction. They remind us of the raw power that lies beneath the surface. What if, for 1 week, all these disasters were unleashed at once? A scenario where the very fabric of our world is tested to its limits. A terrifying thought, but one that reveals the delicate balance of our planet. The intricate ecosystems that sustain life are more fragile than we often realize. This essay will explore this chilling scenario. We'll delve into the potential consequences and the resilience of life in the face of such overwhelming odds. We'll journey through a week of unprecedented natural disasters, examining their interconnectedness and their impact on life itself. From the icy poles to the tropical equator, no region is spared. Imagine the Earth's crust splitting, unleashing earthquakes that reshape continents. The ground beneath our feet, once stable, now a source of chaos. Picture volcanoes erupting, spewing molten rock and ash into the atmosphere. The skies darken as ash clouds spread, affecting climates and ecosystems. This is just the beginning. The fury of nature, once unleashed, knows no bounds. Join us as we explore this harrowing yet fascinating scenario. Our catastrophic week commences with the Earth's crust rebelling. A global tremor begins. Earthquakes of unimaginable magnitude ripple across the planet. Cities crumble, landscapes are forever altered. The Earth's tectonic plates, normally shifting slowly, grind violently against each other. This triggers a chain reaction, awakening dormant volcanoes around the globe. From the Pacific Ring of Fire to the Mediterranean, volcanoes erupt in fiery explosions. Ash darkens the sky, blotting out the sun. Molten lava, reaching temperatures of 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, incinerates everything in its path. The air fills with toxic gases and debris. These initial events are just the precursors to a week of unimaginable devastation. As the earthquakes rock the ocean floor, they displace massive volumes of water. Tsunamis, giant waves taller than skyscrapers, surge across the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Indian Ocean. Coastal cities, caught unprepared, are swallowed whole. The sheer power of these waves is staggering. Traveling at hundreds of miles per hour, they carry debris and destroy everything in their path. The initial impact is catastrophic, but the aftermath is just as dire. Flooding from the receding waves brings further destruction and carries away anything not already destroyed. Coastal ecosystems, home to a diverse array of life, are decimated. Day 2 brings a new wave of terror. Simultaneous hurricanes and tornadoes. The volcanic eruptions and earthquakes have disrupted the atmosphere, creating the perfect conditions for these extreme weather events. Hurricanes, fueled by warm ocean water, intensify rapidly, reaching Category 5 strength with wind speeds exceeding 157 miles per hour. These monstrous storms slam into coastlines already ravaged by tsunamis, bringing torrential rain, catastrophic flooding, and devastating winds. Inland, tornadoes, nature's most violent storms, rip through the landscape. With wind speeds potentially exceeding 300 miles per hour, they tear buildings from their foundations and hurl debris with deadly force. The combined force of hurricanes, tsunamis, and relentless rainfall leads to catastrophic flooding on a global scale. Rivers overflow, bursting their banks and inundating entire towns and cities. The infrastructure designed to control water flow is overwhelmed. Dams break, unleashing walls of water that carve new paths through the landscape. The ground, already saturated from the rain, cannot absorb any more water, leading to landslides and mudslides that bury homes and communities. Transportation systems grind to a halt, cutting off supply lines and hindering rescue efforts. Clean water becomes scarce, and the risk of waterborne diseases rises exponentially. As if the floods weren't enough, another disaster ignites: wildfires. These fires are not just a seasonal occurrence, but a growing menace, exacerbated by climate change and human activities. The dry conditions and high temperatures create a perfect storm for these blazes to start and spread uncontrollably. Volcanic eruptions and lightning strikes from the storms ignite dry vegetation, turning forests into tinderboxes ready to explode. The combination of natural and human-induced factors makes these fires more frequent and intense, and the fires spread rapidly due to high winds and a buildup of flammable debris. The winds act like bellows, fanning the flames and pushing the firefront forward at an alarming rate. Flammable materials such as fallen leaves and branches provide ample fuel for the inferno. These are not ordinary wildfires, but infernos of unprecedented scale, consuming everything in their path. The sheer intensity of these fires creates their own weather systems, making them even harder to control. Fueled by extreme weather conditions, the changing climate has led to more severe weather patterns, which in turn fuel these devastating fires. The synergy between extreme weather and wildfires creates a vicious cycle that is difficult to break. Entire forests are consumed, releasing massive amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. This not only contributes to global warming, but also depletes the very forests that act as carbon sinks, exacerbating the problem further. The smoke from these fires adds to the already polluted air, creating hazardous conditions for both humans and animals. The thick smoke can travel hundreds of miles, affecting air quality far from the fire's origin, making it difficult to breathe and further blocking out the sun. The sun's rays are obscured by the dense smoke, leading to cooler temperatures locally but contributing to the overall warming of the planet. Wildlife flees for their lives, only to be met with flooded landscapes and destroyed habitats. The dual disasters of fire and flood leave animals with nowhere to go, disrupting migration patterns and leading to a loss of biodiversity. The delicate balance of the ecosystem is utterly shattered. The aftermath of these fires is a barren landscape, devoid of life and struggling to recover. The long-term impacts on the environment are profound, affecting everything from soil health to water quality. As the days progress, the initial onslaught of disasters gives way to a cascade of secondary effects. The lack of sunlight, blocked by ash and smoke, disrupts plant photosynthesis, threatening the base of the food chain. Temperatures plummet in some regions due to the lack of solar radiation, while others experience extreme heat from trapped greenhouse gases. The once familiar landscapes are now unrecognizable, transformed into a patchwork of devastation. The air is thick with ash and smoke, making it difficult to breathe. The water is contaminated and food is scarce. The planet is in a state of chaos, a stark reminder of the power of nature's fury. The human cost of this week-long cataclysm is immeasurable. Millions, perhaps billions, perish in the initial disasters and the ensuing chaos. The infrastructure of civilization crumbles. Communication networks collapse, hampering rescue efforts and isolating communities. The survivors face a bleak and uncertain future. The environmental toll is equally devastating. The combined effects of earthquakes, volcanic eruptions and wildfires release massive amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, accelerating climate change. Ecosystems are decimated, leading to a loss of biodiversity and the collapse of food chains. The planet is scarred, its delicate balance disrupted, and its ability to support life severely compromised. This hypothetical week of unimaginable destruction serves as a stark reminder of the awesome power of nature and the fragility of human existence. In just a few days, the world as we know it could be turned upside down, leaving us to grapple with the aftermath of such catastrophic events. The sheer force of hurricanes, the ground-shaking terror of earthquakes, the swirling chaos of tornadoes, and the overwhelming surge of tsunamis all illustrate how small and vulnerable we truly are in the face of nature's fury. While the scenario is extreme, it underscores the interconnectedness of Earth's systems and the potential consequences of their disruption. Every element of our environment is linked in a delicate balance, and when one part is disturbed, the ripple effects can be felt far and wide. The rivers that nourish our lands, the forests that provide shelter and oxygen, and the volcanoes that shape our terrain, all are part of a complex web of life that sustains us. It highlights the importance of respecting the natural world, mitigating human impact on the environment, and investing in disaster preparedness. Sustainable farming practices, reforestation efforts, and emergency response training are just a few ways we can work towards a more resilient future. By taking proactive steps, we can help to preserve the delicate balance of our ecosystems and ensure that we are better prepared to face the challenges that lie ahead. Above all, it reminds us that even in the face of overwhelming adversity, life endures. Nature has an incredible ability to recover and adapt, often in ways that are both surprising and inspiring. The sight of a small plant pushing through the cracked earth or wildlife returning to a landscape scarred by wildfire serves as a powerful testament to the resilience of life. The planet has an incredible capacity for resilience and renewal. Forests can regenerate after devastating fires, coral reefs can slowly rebuild after bleaching events, and new growth can emerge in areas that once seemed barren. These natural processes of recovery remind us that, given time and the right conditions, life can flourish once more. As we face the very real challenges of climate change and environmental degradation, let this hypothetical scenario serve as a call to action, a call to protect our planet, not only for ourselves, but for all life that depends on it. The urgency of climate change demands that we take immediate and sustained action, from supporting renewable energy sources like wind and solar power to participating in community rebuilding efforts. Every action counts. Together we can make a difference and ensure a healthier, more sustainable future for generations to come.